Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Aztlan is a area control board game by Leo Colonvini. And what this is a game that is very, very mean. And most area control games are, let's be honest. You have kind of like a Native American kind of theme slapped onto it. But let's be honest, this theme means absolutely nothing. This is just slapped on there to give it something to look at. And the box cover is some of the most beautiful artwork you'll ever see in board gaming, but don't worry, none of that is inside of the box. Not really. What you're doing on this is you're putting a bunch of guys on the board and trying to control different areas. And that is really fun. But where the big decision comes in is when you're taking them off and you're going through the conflict resolution. If you're winning there, you can destroy everybody and score points, or you can leave people there and get a super powerful card that could potentially wipe people out in the future. And that's really where the game is going to hinge. The more you know that deck, the better you're going to play in the game, the better you can kind of hedge your bets on what's going to come up and how you're going to play those. But in addition, you're more likely to take that option. The first time through, I think a lot of people were just kind of like, yeah, we'll just wipe everybody off the board. And then we started moving into those cards, and those cards open the game up a little bit. So very simple area control game, very easy to teach with very clear rule set. Now, I decided to purge this because we do not play a lot of area control games. It just didn't do a lot for us. If we are going to play area control, I want something a little bit different into it. But this is going to be very, very, very basic. It's going to be very simple, very introductory, and a gateway game. So if you like the theme at all, you know somebody who might like it, and you're looking for an introductory area control game, this is definitely going to hit that spot for you. I think there are quite a few of those kind of out on the market. It's an easy thing, I think, to design. It's very easy to get out there versus some of the more complicated things that you're doing. It's all about how to get people out there and how to score, because we all understand having the most, right? We get that. But I do like the aspect of that deck of cards coming in, how people are going to value those and how they're going to utilize those cards to have a winning strategy. The game also does a really good job about putting people out on the board, so in the first round there is a lot of conflict. Understand this is a mean game. You have direct interaction with other players, and you will have to go after them and destroy them, which I think is what you're looking for in an area control game, right? So this hits all of those aspects of it. Very good design. Not one I'm keeping because we don't usually play these kind of games, these direct games. You really need 3 or 4 people for this game to shine. Just a few things kind of add up for something that we wouldn't keep, but an excellent game and one I can easily recommend. Here's Aztlan, which is a Leo Colonvini game. You can see the theme right here. That's about all you're going to see because it's not really inside the game. You're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. Now, you're going to have a nice rule book board that fits in there fairly perfectly. Really, it's going to be a scoring track around it with different areas of the board. So it's kind of hard sometimes to see where they're delineating to. The colors kind of help with that, and so do the icons. Then inside, you're going to have a pretty good custom insert here. You're going to have your scoring mechanism going around. You're going to have miniatures of different colors. This is way overproduced for this style of game. Then you're going to have your cards. You're going to have your scoring references that you'll need. Then you're going to have different cards. Mine are sleeved up, but they usually don't have to be. They have the different color backs for everybody with victory points at the bottom. And then you're going to have your action cards. And the artwork on this is really cool. I mean, they did a really good job for what really is just a themeless game of area control. But the artwork is very beautiful in this. The components are great. I mean, you get plenty of these. These miniatures are really nice. They're kind of rubbery in a little bit of a way. But shoot, they are really good for a game like this. Excellent job. Here's a rule book, which is a picture of the front of the box. You're going to get a little introduction here. Now, this is a really, really nice page right here they have set up. Give you an overview of the game. You got the components. And you kind of a short description of what everything does. Then you're going to break in the setup, how many players, the people that come out, the ages, pictures, examples. It's a very, very simple game. It's a little simple area control game. You have the battle and the coexistence, how that works. And the scoring was a little wonky, but you do get an example with pictures over here. Then a breakdown of all of the cards. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Some rules for 2 players, don't recommend that. Some strategy tips, which is nice. Excellent game. Aries really did a good job with this rule book. And you probably need about 15 minutes to read through this, and you'll be good to go. This game is rather simple. You're going to get a deck of cards in your color. Each round, you're going to pick 1 card to play, and this will be added into your battles, but it'll be placed face down so nobody will know. On your turn, you're going to choose to put a person down on a location. And once you put somebody down, either has to go in the same location you're in or adjacent to it. Then you may optionally move somebody to another location if you want. So as time goes out, each round you're going to get a number of people. In the first round, I believe it's 8. And you can put them out and then move them across. At the end of the round, when everybody has put their people out, you will then take a look at this and you will decide who has the most power. So you're always going to use the card that you played, plus how many people that are there. Whoever has the most is the controlling player. If it's a tie, then nobody controls it. If you control it, let's say red controls this because 7 plus 1, you can wipe out everybody that's there if that's what you want to do. Or you can draw one of these super powerful cards from the deck that may help you on later on in the game. We'll come back to this. So the game's going to last 5 ages. You're going to have 6 cards. Whatever card you don't use, you're going to score the victory points that are at the bottom of it, and that will help you score victory points at the end of the game. You're also going to score points for controlling areas if you're able to do that, and you'll score those points, and that's all going to be as handy to end your reference sheet. So matching number of territories, and you get the victory points. You want to match those up as much as possible. Now the cards that are going to break the game a little bit, we things like the Blessing of Mixcoatl, score 2 VP per jungle that you control. If you tie for the most power, you win the conflict, so that breaks ties. Sacred Game, survive in a territory in which you're defeated. The winner draws a prosperity card. That's what these cards are called. You got the Blessing, score 2 VPs per mountain. So getting those cards will really help you because they'll dictate kind of the scoring at the end of the game. After you play 5 passages, whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Who should buy this game? Anybody looking for an introductory area control game. Maybe something's easy to teach, takes about an hour or less to play, and you might like the theme. Even though it's slapped on there, it might bring people to the table and have some interest to you. The card deck is really going to be the different play here. If all of that sounds interesting to you, this is one I can easily recommend as an introductory area control game.